Morning, guys. Monday morning. Last night editing the previous video, I didn't get to bed till like 3:30, so I slept in this morning till about 7. So today I've got to run into town, and I'm going to drive because I'm too fat to run. I got to go into town. I got to go to Home Depot and pick up the masonry I need for the door panels. I've got to pick up some satin clear coat for the dash and rear panel around the window for the interior. I don't want to go high gloss on the interior for glare reasons and whatever. So I got that, and apparently the local speed shop is having a clearance sale on all their old inventory and stuff. So I'm going to go in there and see what they got. Maybe come out with something, some goodies for this project or the Ford. So I'm gonna have a shower because I stink, and and then I'm gonna head into town. And when I get back, if I come up with anything awesome, I'll report back and let you know. So I'll get to it. Okay, so I went in the house and got some clean on me, and about to head into town and find out that the road going into town's been closed due to an accident. Where this accident happened, it's bizarre to me. I mean, the roads are dry, bare. There's no ice or snow or anything on them. It's sunny out. It's a dead straight stretch of road. The speed limit is 60 kilometers an hour or 40 miles an hour. And this guy's single vehicle accident, life-threatening injuries. What the hell was he doing? Like, I hope the guy's okay and everything, but I don't know. Short of catastrophic mechanical failure, I don't know what the hell could have happened there, unless he was messing around doing something stupid. But anyhow, I gotta wait for it to open up. I'm not going the back way because it'll be twice as long, and gas ain't free. So I'm also expecting some parts in today for the engine, and one has already arrived. And I'll show you what I got. Don't mind me. So it's a water pump, obviously. It's a Gates, so it's a direct replacement for the OEM pump. It's got all the mounting points that my other one that's on the truck was missing, especially this one here, because this might come in handy when I go to put my power steering pump in. Anyhow, the main reason I got this pump, you're probably saying, how many freaking water pumps are you going to buy for this thing? Yeah, this is the third one. First one was set up for a serpentine belt and a clutch fan. It's for a later model. This one here that's on the engine now, this thing's been an asshole since the day I got it. First, I couldn't get the bolts in, so I had to tap all the holes, all 4 of them. 5/16 fine thread. And of course, there's no mounting points anywhere, so I ended up coming up with this bracket. And I sacrificed the pulley because the bolt pattern on the pump is bigger than the pulley was. So it didn't fit. I had to ream out the holes of the pulley. But I wanted to line up my alternator pulley, so I sacrificed this one. I have another one, no big deal. But if it's that shitty on the outside, what's on the inside of this thing? It's obviously a knockoff, made in a foreign country, and so I'm going to change it out because it's probably junk inside as well. How long is it going to last? Plus, when I go to put my fan on, the bolts aren't going to line up again, so I'm not going to ream out the fan and the spacer and all that stuff. So I'm going to change out the pump, period, and that's it. Then I'm done with it. So, lesson learned. That pump, somebody will use it, but not me. Okay, so just got back from my little road trip. A little bit expensive, but not too bad. The speed shop thing was kind of a bust. The person that knows the inventory wasn't around, so this is stuff that this guy's been hauling around since the 60s. I mean, it's still in original packaging and stuff. All kinds of crap. Even there was even a set of Ford flathead cylinder heads, like original ones. So anyway, I'm gonna have to go back there and go through that stuff and see what's there, if there's anything I can use. But while I was gone, a couple things did come in from Anoop. Anoop is the Amazon driver that I have, and I call him Anoop Dog, but he gets a kick out of it. But anyway, a few packages came in. My sleeve for my harmonic balancer. Can you believe that? Look at this thing. You know, $25. You got to be kidding me. Anyway, got that. I also got a very cool thing. This is a thermometer, you know, infrared. You just pull the trigger and point it, a little laser, and it'll tell you what temperature it is. You can go from Celsius to Fahrenheit, and this has all kinds of uses. So instead of, you know, rigging up a gauge and everything else to monitor the temperature when I fire this up, I just have to point, pull the trigger, and check out what the temperature is. You can tell if your rad's working. You know, check the upper hose and the lower hose. They should be different by 20 degrees or so. If you've got a dead cylinder, then you got headers. Well, you can just point at each individual pipe on the header, and you can find out which one's colder. That's your dead cylinder. It's not firing. So there's all kinds of cool things for that. Also, did do the Home Depot thing, much to my dismay. But you know, I got my 4x8 sheet of hardboard for the door panels. That was reasonable, 17 bucks I think it was. And I also got a gallon of primer and hardener, 250 bucks. So yeah, a bunch of stuff. Not to mention having to put gas in the truck. So whatever. Anyway, gonna get back to work now. Right, so I've wet sanded the two inner fenders and the hood latch panel. So they're good to go. They're ready for paint. Just have to wipe them down with wax and grease remover and shoot them. And this is the latest acquisition in my world's largest collection of red small block Chevy water pumps. Yeah, I gave it a shot at paint, so it should be ready to go on tomorrow or the next day, whatever. I also put my sleeve on the harmonic balancer, so that's good to go on. And I put the seal in the timing cover where the harmonic balancer goes. So now I just need to wet sand this panel here and the dash. And I'm going to mask this off really good. Block all these holes off from behind. Much less chance of dust and stuff getting on it. So I'll kind of, you know, isolate the two panels. So that's all I'm spraying. So yeah, speaking of paint, when I went to the paint store today to pick up that primer, the guy that suggested the satin clear, he was working there. So I said, you know, set me up with a quart. We don't have any. I said, well, yeah, you're the guy who suggested it. He said, yeah, well, we do sell a flattener. I said, oh yeah? He says, yeah, you add it to your high gloss and it tones it down. I said, well, okay, how much is that? 200 bucks a quart. I said, no chance. I'll spray it shiny and I can tone it down with wet sanding and buffing, I think. So I'm just going to spray it with the high gloss and I'll work with it from there. But 200 bucks for flattener so that you ruin a high gloss finish doesn't make any sense to me. That's crazy. Anyway, I'll come back when I'm set up to paint. See that sign right there? Shop policy. Remember rule number 2, where the guy's finger is. All right. So last night I finished up a bunch of engine bits, you know, painted, cleaned up pulleys and the fan and all that stuff. And so this morning I was gonna put on my harmonic balancer. It's just sitting on there right now. And I'm looking around for the tool, looking around. And remember, I lent it to a guy and it never came back.
and neither is he. So I ordered another one this morning. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. So what I figured I'd do instead, because I wanted to get all the stuff on the front here and get the rad support and the rad in place, but you'll have to wait. So I figured I'll cut out my door cards. So I got my template there. I've already traced it on this one, and we'll cut it out. We'll do it in real time. Show you how quick it actually goes. Okay, here we go. I did leave the bottom a little bit longer than the template, and the reason for that was with the template I couldn't bend it in enough to see if it fit right at the bottom. So I'm leaving myself a little extra. You can always cut it off, but you can't add it on. This is wood, not steel. Well, sort of wood. Should put glasses on, I guess. Couple holes for the handles. Okay, we'll give it a shot. Should be the same for both sides. I'm going to double check. Yep. Okay. there we go, done. So I'll trace this out exactly on the other one, cut the second one out, and yeah, we're good to go. Off to the upholstery shop. Piece of cake. All right, so done. This is everything. It's going to the upholstery shop. I marked out, which side's the finished side, and same with the kick panels. So she knows what side to put the upholstery on, the visors. So 6 pieces. Yeah, I gotta haul them off to the upholstery shop soon. I just want to have this stuff done. I don't want her waiting on me. So if I can get it done ahead of time, it's out of my hair, drop it off at her place, and she can call me when she's finished. And yeah, we'll call it done. So altogether, 15 minutes to finish off the both door panels. So not a big job, but a good one to get out of the way. Okay, so there you go. Interior, pretty much my end of the interior is done. Once I paint that dash and the area around the back window, I'm done with the interior until she gets all the upholstery done. I'm going to order a carpet they're made for this truck. So that won't be a big job to put in. It's going to go in one of the last things to go in. So yeah, pretty much I'm done with the interior, at least for now. Gauges, wiring and stuff, but that's not really interior, that's more electrical work. So yeah, and I thought about lending tools. There's 3 people on the planet that I'll lend tools to, and that's it. Nobody else. Used to be 4, but my dad's dead now, so it's down to 3. And you can look at it 2 ways. You can get pissed off and you lend a tool and it doesn't come back, or it comes back broken. You can just, like I said, be pissed off. Or you can look at it like this. It costs you $50 to find out the guy's a dick, and you don't have to put up with him anymore because he's never going to come around again. He's never going to bother you. $50 well spent, if you ask me. So, yeah, there it is. What else? Oh, yes, I hope that, speaking of tools, I hope that tool comes in tomorrow early enough. I want to get all the pulleys and everything else on this thing, the rad support, the rad, hook up the transmission cooling lines, get the hoses on, get a belt figured out and on, and I'm this freaking close to throwing some gas in it and firing it up. So can't wait for that. I really want to get this thing running either later this week or early next week. So be on the lookout for that. And when I first started this channel, my kids were 11 and 14 at the time, a couple of years ago, and they thought it was a big joke. Dad's going to start a YouTube channel. Yeah, right. Can't even open his own emails. And they were right. But I figured all this shit out on my own, and I just went ahead and did it and got it to where it is now. And when I became an official YouTuber, that's when you get 1,000 subscribers. I let them know, and I rubbed their nose in it big time. And they're a lot quieter now. They don't say too much, So whenever I hit a new milestone or get a good bunch of subscribers or have a really good turnout on a video, I let them know, and I tease the crap out of them, and it's a lot of fun. So if you want to help me torment my children, please subscribe, because the more subscribers I have, the more I can tease them. And it's starting to drive them crazy, and I'm having a great time doing it. So yeah, subscribe. Don't forget to leave comments down below. I like the comments, and I get some good suggestions. Get people that are concerned about my health and all kinds of things. So that's great. And yeah, man, it's starting to warm up. I hope spring is coming soon, man. Still 1.5 feet of snow out there. But yeah, if you're not doing anything else, get out in the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.